Hey, what's up, guys? Just sitting here thinking. 4:30 in the morning. Best time to sit here and think. Um, I was tending to think about my two grandfathers. One on my dad's side, one on my mom's side. They were both military. You know, active combat, all that good stuff. And I remember when I was little. I was born in '68, so you know, '72 when I was 4. So '74 I was 6. So I remember my mom's side of the family. Her and her, she's the oldest. She's got another sister down. Both of them are, you know, they went to school and planned for a career and all that good stuff. Now the other two girls, they're younger, so you know, the '70s, they were right there with it. You know, with all the partying, music, and whatever. um, damn dirty hippies. So, and then on my father's side, he had a brother who was older, but he had polio. So it's just anyway. They were really conservative. You know, uh, I was born in South Bend, Indiana. It's like I don't know, like hour and a half from Chicago. Anyway, my mother's dad, he was in the Coast Guard, and he was a he was a tool and die maker, a machinist at Bendix. I mean, he could make anything with fabricate anything. You know, he could do pie in his head, algebra. It's just he's a very smart man. Um, so you have the two dynamics. Um, my dad's side, they were very Methodist, not too religious, but for the times, church every Sunday and Sunday school and all that. Now my mother's side, her mom and dad, they were more spiritual. They were more, awakened. They knew, uh, you know, read a lot of books and stuff back then. Um, they believed in all the conspiracy theories that we have today, which at this point, 85% of them are not theories anymore because they've been proven true facts. So yeah, um, everybody can just throw their tinfoil hats away now, I guess, or give them to the people who still think everybody's full of shit. But it's all right. Anyway, my point was, uh, I remember being a little kid, and I remember how much pride uh, everybody in America had for America. I mean, the government did no wrong. They a few shady politicians, but as far as conspiracies and working against the people and all that, never. The United States government never would go against their own people. Come on. I mean, uh, you said something online back in them days, and you probably be picking yourself up off the ground after you got backhanded out of the chair, you know. And it just made me kind of think about how my two grandfathers, these two men went to enlisted, went to war and everything for this country and believed in this country like 100%. Never would think, uh, you know, they would conspire against them or use them as guinea pigs or whatnot. You know, unheard of back then. I was just thinking what they would think of the shape of the country now. They'd, I don't know, be crazy. So anyway, I have much more fun stories from my mom's side because, of all the characters and stuff that hung around at my grandma's house because of my two younger aunts. My mom and her older sister, they were already moved out with family, you know. So here you got these two, you know, rabble rousers, you know, just doing whatever, having people in and out, of just crazy, climbing in and out of windows in the middle of the night and stealing signs and shit. Just good old fun shit that they used to get away with back in them days. Always, smoking weed and doing acid, listening to rock and roll and you know, the whole nine. But I don't know. So now that I remember 8 years ago when I was seeing a lot of these, just getting familiar with the conspiracy theories, I was like, man, that's a lot. You know, I I didn't know what to think. I was like, man, they can't everything. All this cannot be true. Some of these people are probably just crazy. You know, I mean, I always believed in the paranormal and extraterrestrials and all that, but when it came down to like government conspiracies and stuff, I was like, there's no way because I was raised like that. But yeah, well, it's no longer a conspiracy theory. It's a conspiracy. Everything. I just seen a thing on YouTube about not only was JFK gonna he wanted to let everybody know about the aliens and what we had going on in space, but he also wanted all the building records for all the um, like the old Tateria buildings that are still here. You know, all these big marble, elegant places that we couldn't build today, and we're supposed to believe that some guy on a donkey and a cart just came by with his chisel and started knocking these things out. 2 or 3 every 10 years, all across the world. Yeah, okay. And like the railroad when they went out west, they show you how they built all this great stuff, these train trestles and wore through the mountains and everything. They never explain how they got the lumber and all that stuff out to the sites without a train. Hmm. That's some really strong donkeys and big carts. Anyway, um, world, world this is like the I would say in our civilization, the current civilization, that this is probably the most exciting time to ever be alive. you know. So now, granted, I know there's been many civilizations before with much better technology. I mean, there has to be. Look at some of the structures around the world. You know. Anyway, that's my little take on everything. Things that make you say, hmm. So anyway, now we need to prove these Mandela effects are caused by CERN. There's a conspiracy theory still floating about, but I'm sure with the leap in quantum physics and everything, nothing's going to be very secret anymore. I think the next 10 years is really going to be a changing. So anyway, love and light to everybody. I mean, you don't have to like everybody, but love everybody because everybody is you and you are everybody. I know it's crazy, but that's how it works. All right, peace out, man. Love y'all.